I don't have any personal experience with the Proud Boys. I have a lot of personal experience with BLM, and it's made up of a bunch of white liberal females, and they're a bunch of assholes and liars and evil.
Ooh, so you hate women?
No, I hate liberal white women.
You are not okay.
I am very
You're
much
not
okay.
well. You're not well.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm very,
you are.
I'm straightforward, as
You're
they call
kinda
it. I'm
like a
very
piece of poop.
transparent. Well, I'm transparent.
Kind of like a piece of poop, though.
Or
It's
just
like it's
transparent.
even very poopy. Yeah, it's like
okay.
you're not sure if you know that for a fact that you're against BLM, but you're not sure if you're against the people who stormed the Capitol
Yeah, I'm
on
against that.
January 6th. Oh, I gotta remove you. That sucks. Now my live has a visibility warning for 10 minutes
bullying
because
of
you
me.
all reported. Okay? I don't know if you're new here or not, but don't report, guys. Please, please, please don't report, because you reporting doesn't hurt them. It hurts me. Okay? Let's not do that. All right? No reporting is needed. I know how to handle myself. I'm perfectly fine. All right? You want to get someone up out the paint? Send me $100. All right? Other than that, don't report. Hi, Trusty. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hey, yeah, what's going on? I'm 42. I'm
Alright.
from the greatest political state of Wisconsin, and I voted legally for Donald J. Trump 5 times.
How did you vote for Trump 5 times?
I could have voted for him 6, actually, but I only voted for him 5.
Okay. How did you vote for him 5 times?
Sure. So in
What
every cycle,
years?
16, 20, and 24. And in each of those cycles, you can vote for him 1 time in the primary and 1 time in the general.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. And you're super proud of that, right?
Yeah. It shows a couple things. It shows my proudness of Donald Trump, but it also shows that I did not vote for Donald Trump the first time. I voted for Ted Cruz.
I wouldn't tell anyone that.
Well, I have a lot of
I just wanna let
discussions
you
with
know.
Democrats. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but at least I'm transparent and honest.
Okay. I wouldn't tell anyone that. All right. Do you have a name that we can call you?
You can call me Trustee.
I don't want to. I'll call you T.
T. You can call
Okay.
me
Yeah,
Stevie T.
All right. Let's see here. Then I'll call you Stevie.
Sweet. Stevie T it is.
All
Or
right.
Stevie.
So, Stevie, quick
Yeah.
question for you. Why do you still support Trump?
Well, lots of reasons. I mean, he's checking off a whole bunch of boxes from his agenda that he's had planned for the last 4 years. And things are
Hold
going.
on one moment.
Yeah,
The
you
camera's
fix your
gonna move
stuff.
around for just a moment, guys. Give
fix-
me a second.
Yeah, fix your stuff.
I'm doing
I'll give you a
something.
chance. You were lagging before too. I think you know though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah,
I want to fix it.
it looks.
I'm just gonna keep it like this. This makes me feel okay.
You look good.
And that's fine. All right. No, I don't want to lag, so I think I have to make it smaller. Okay. Anywho, go on. You were saying something.
Well, I was saying that, he had 4 years to plan all this out, and he's kind of checking the boxes as fast as possible. And us Trump voters very much appreciate that. And things
Okay. Do you want to elaborate?
Sure. I mean, we have the border, of course. Everybody talks about that, but that was a big agenda of the Republicans and Donald Trump. We have the economy, including Democrat massive inflation and interest rates, which are ravaging the commercial sector, as we're seeing from many layoffs and small business closures. And then we have...
Time out. Hold on. Time out. Time out. Time out. Say that again about the economy, because I don't know why, but I can barely hear you. I really can't hear, and I don't know why I can't. But say that again about the economy.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Say it again about the economy, please.
Oh, so the economy. So under the Democrats, inflation was ravaging us. One year, we had as high as 9% inflation. Overall, it was about 25% inflation, which devalued our currency, which caused massive price increases, which then they related to it being transitory, and then it was permanent, and then they jacked up interest rates about double.
We're talking about now. So you mentioned you were talking about 2022. 3 years ago in regards to inflation.
Right, but that's still with us.
What about now?
Sure, and the effect of that is being seen now massively with small business closures and layoffs and larger, because we're seeing small businesses close at record numbers, or at numbers, and at businesses are laying people off. Verizon just laid off 15,000 people. I mean, big companies around me are laying off a lot of people, unfortunately.
Yeah, because of Donald Trump and his policies, especially his economic policy of implementing tariffs.
No, overall,
you disagree with that?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's because of interest and it's because of inflation and high interest rates.
Interest?
Yeah, interest doubled for commercial. sectors. I had a business loan, and it went from 6.25% to 11.75% in 2 years under Joe Biden, and it ravaged my company.
Yeah, where do you get that Joe Biden's economy is causing the current layoffs that we're experiencing? Where'd you get that from?
So when you make money extremely expensive under the commercial side, you
no. I didn't ask you to explain it. No one said explain it. I said, where did you get that from?
Well, it's the reality.
So I don't want to trust you, bro. I want to. What's your source?
You don't think that doubling interest rates on the commercial sector has a negative effect?
What's your source? Where'd you get it from?
The economy,
like the actual information. Where'd you get it from?
Well, let's see.
Where'd you read that at?
The interest rates are set by the Fed, so you could start with the Federal Reserve.
No. So you're not listening. I don't think you. Okay, I'm not even going to say that because I don't want to come off as condescending. Okay, so what I'm saying is, we understand what the interest rates are. We get that. We get it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to infer anything from the interest rates going up. What I want you to do is to provide a source that links back the current economic status in the United States of America to Joe Biden's presidency. That's what I want you to do.
Okay.
All right. Well, so sure, if you don't have that, then what I'm going to do is I am going to call you a liar, because then what I can do is I can provide sources that'll let you know that the current layoffs that we are experiencing are due to the bad implementation of AI. All right. So automation. Okay. And also Donald Trump's tariff policy that he has implemented. So we can do that. Now, do you have a source? Because if you don't, then it's okay. We can move on to something else.
Right. I mean, you're not going to believe anything I say about the economy, apparently, then, because you don't relate high interest rates extremely high interest rates to detrimental to loans.
But that would be you inferring something, sir. Who's to say that you are correct about that, though? That's the thing about it.
So commercial
do you have something that substantiates your claim? I don't want to get into like a whole thing about this. I just want you to be able to stand on it and provide a source.
Of course. So interest rates doubled up to 11.75% for the commercial sector.
Explaining it.
Okay, well, this is the factual. This is what happened. You can relate. You can go to the Fed
to see this. You're still explaining it, and you're not providing a source.
Okay, the Federal Reserve is your source. It's a government, pseudo-government organization.
You don't. Nope.
You just don't like. You don't like
it. How did the higher interest rates? All right, this is. I feel like
I'm pulling teeth
because you literally could just provide a source.
I did multiple times. It's the Federal Reserve.
Seriously,
that sets the interest rates.
We know that Amazon, all right, did layoffs. They cut 14,000 corporate jobs. All right, this year, due to the implementation of AI, something that Donald Trump himself has been a proponent of. All right. And I can link that back to a AP news article. All right. That actually quotes a statement from Amazon themselves.
Okay. So how is Donald Trump?
I can that would be substantiating
AI
my
is
claim.
Coming here. I mean, that has nothing to do with any administration.
Hold on one moment. I'm so sorry because I can't hear you when I'm talking. So don't do that. Now, what you're doing is you're saying, well, the interest rates went up. Look at the Fed.
Yeah.
Okay. I can look at the Fed and I can see that the interest rates went up, but all right, how is that substantiating your claim? That's what I don't think that you're understanding.
Small businesses and larger businesses take out loans from banks, and then they go off of a variable interest rate that is set by the Fed. This is
trust
pretty basic.
Me, bro.
No, this is pretty basic.
Chat, please drop trust me, bro.
Okay.
I can see this is
above. This is above your educational level. We can move on to something else.
You can say that all you want to because I literally provided you a source
for AI,
and you're sitting here trying to tell me, and it's not working. All right, you're trying to link the current economic status on Joe Biden is what you're trying to do.
Absolutely, he was only president.
That's literally what you're trying to do.
Ago.
You're negating the fact that Donald Trump throughout this year. Okay, and we can look at Bloomberg. We can look at. We can even look at. I think ITEP. We can look at so many different sources. All right, even his executive orders that he signed himself to see that in his tweets, his True Social posts, all of these things that Donald Trump has done. All right, in regards to market volatility, implementing tariffs, then taking them off, letting people know that he was going to be removing tariffs so that they could go in and buy. Like all of these things that Donald Trump is not transparent, but you don't get to pivot.
Well, he's probably one of the most
all
transparent
of these
presidents
things
we've
that
ever
Donald
had.
Trump is actually doing, all right, I can link back to a source. Of course, my dear friend, you can. Get on up in here. Okay. And so I can link it back to sources is the thing. All right. You're not able to do that. What you want is you want us, especially me, to believe that you're some sort of expert and you have all of the authority on this matter.
No, I just gave you two things, inflation and interest rates, and you disagree that is even a factor. And that's kind of silly that you don't think that's a factor.
Steve, if you are able to link back your claim that our current economic status is because of the Biden administration, by all means, I'd be happy to say, you know what, you're right, if you can. But thus far, you haven't.
Okay. So I'm
not just going to trust you, bro.
The BLS distributes, that's a government organization, or BLS distributes the inflation numbers. Or is it the CBO? One of those. The inflation numbers?
The BLS.
The BLS.
It's the BLS.
Okay, so the BLS has the inflation numbers for your source there. The BLS would be a good source. And then the Federal Reserve as well. So these are two government organizations.
Inflation was worldwide, right?
Yeah. No, inflation is based off of your currency. But it's based off of your currency. Yeah. It's based off of democratic policies like the ARPA funds and the inflation infrastructure bill.
Erica, can I?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Matt first and RC. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a quick question. So, hey, bud, I'm a small business owner as well with a large small business loan. Why does every business have to have a variable rate loan? Because they don't. And so what you're saying is that you're making some assumption that every business that has a loan has a variable rate and they would be affected by this.
And which fixed rate loans.
So yeah, and in fact, most businesses that have loans don't do variable rate loans for this very reason. In fact, most small businesses do small business SBA loans. And SBA
and those
loans,
are variable.
I'm sure no, they're not.
Yeah, that's what I have.
No, they're not.
I have an SBA loan and it's variable.
Okay, great. Hey, hang on. Yours might be. Most SBA loans, you see, you went through a bank that apparently didn't care about you and fucked you over with your loan. And so most businesses, or at least most businesses that are smart, are going to push for a fixed rate loan from the SBA because a fixed rate loan, are you just going to keep interrupting me while I'm talking? Or
I mean, you can just lie the whole time, but sure.
Cool. Anyways,
what is your loan? What's the principal of your loan?
$1.2 million.
Okay, and you got a fixed rate loan off of that from the SBA.
Yep. Well, how did you not get a fixed rate loan? Does your business suck or does your credit suck?
Oh, my credit was amazing.
I don't think so. Or your business plan
it was like 825 at the time, dude.
Then your business. So you didn't have anything to secure the loan?
Yeah, my house and my assets in the business.
So you're telling, and by the way, and for everyone listening, this isn't for the guy below me, but this is for everyone listening. The SBA doesn't actually give the loan. The way that this works is I'm talking to everyone else. You don't have to interrupt me while I'm talking. Stop talking.
Shh. Go ahead, Matt.
Just for everyone else who's listening, because they don't understand how you don't get a loan directly from the SBA. The way that it works is you get a loan from your local bank and it's secured by the SBA. So what happened here is that the guy below me got a loan from his local bank and they gave him a fixed rate loan. I got a loan from my local bank.
It was not.
They gave me a fixed rate loan and I was able to do that secured by the SBA. Also secured by some collateral, as well as my house.
Hey, so, Matt, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
A quick question.
Sure.
Are you able to see these two lines right here?
Unfortunately, there's a glitch on my screen where my
worries.
Keyboard is up. You could read it to me, though.
Are you at the gym?
No, I'm not. I'm at home, and I just was on my phone, but there's some weird glitch going on my phone. But anyways,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll read them for you just
Sure.
so that they can know. So payments stay the same for fixed rate loans because the interest rate is constant.
Right.
For variable rate loans, the lender may require a different payment amount when the interest rate changes. Guys, this is me providing a source to Stevie. This is from
That's just a definition of how
SBA.gov.
two loans work.
No. This
Yes,
is
yes,
from
yes, yes. I understand
SBA.gov.
where it's
How
from.
do
It
I
doesn't
pay back
really
my
explain
7A
anything.
loan?
Sure.
Yes, it actually
But the
does.
loan
It
comes
lets you
from the
know
bank. The
that
loan
they
comes from the
offer
bank.
both fixed rate and they offer variable rate loans.
Right. And most banks offer variable rate loans for commercial.
Right. And for commercial, you will see probably upwards of 65% do do get variable rate loans if you're talking about, hang on, if you're talking about specifically a 7A loan. So if you have an SBA 7A loan, then you probably got a variable rate loan. However, you absolutely can get a fixed rate loan, but to come out and say that everything was affected by that, and you're ignoring the fact that there's huge numbers of businesses that don't have variable
Did he
rate
just say the
loans.
7A?
What I said that a 7A loan, there's a higher percentage of it's because there's multiple types of SBA loans.
But that's not his
7A,
argument. His argument is that they are only variable.
I didn't
They
say
literally
only.
offer both
I didn't
fixed
say
and
only. I said
you
most.
did.
And the guy above me agrees. He said 60 to 70%, somewhere in that range. So that's
No,
most.
you
said
literally just said all. You said you
Okay.
can't get a
all.
fixed rate.
Oh.
No,
You
you
said-
said you
Well,
can't get a
every
fixed
loan
rate.
I looked at was variable. So I can talk about
And
my
also-
personal experience here.
Your personal experience isn't indicative of everyone's experience, sir. I think you're
Well,
42
it's
years
most
old. You
it's
know
most
better.
experiences. If it's 70%,
You
it's
know
most
better.
experiences.
And-
And when they
and the
double,
reason-
it causes a huge problem in the market.
And sir, the reason that I came up specifically is
Right.
because you were making it sound like all of the loans would have been affected by the high inflation, when in fact that's not the case. Not all loans would have been affected by the high inflation. Only variable
Interest rates,
rate
sir, not
loans
inflation.
would have been
Interest rates.
affected. Excuse me.
I just want to correct you.
Inflation.
It's two different things.
I understand that inflation and interest rates are two different things.
Good.
But inflation affects the interest rates, and you were pointing out the fact that it was the high inflation that affected the interest rates.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, because that's what you were saying. So again, what I was saying is I came up because you were pointing out the fact that inflation went up and affected the interest rates for everyone. And I wanted to point out that what you were saying was completely fucking disingenuous, aside from the fact that what Erica is saying is completely true. You haven't tied back high inflation to Joe Biden's policies in any way, manner, way, shape, or
Well, I wasn't
form.
given a chance, but I can if you want.
Cool. How?
Okay. Well, they had the ARPA funds and the inflation or the infrastructure bill, which cost $3.1 trillion extra that we didn't need to spend. And that devalued our currency in great numbers. And it also caused extremely high prices on road prices and other things. And it caused massive inflation.
Cool. Donald Trump spent $8 trillion before that. So did that affect inflation?
Well, that wasn't the only Democrat spending. I was just saying this is like what really like put the
It
just
literally
dug
was.
the knife
It literally
in the back
was
of the
the
economy.
no. It literally was. It literally was the only Democrat spending. So Donald Trump.
No,
by the way, under Joe Biden's
it wasn't. There was the Inflation Reduction Act that didn't do shit but raise inflation.
Hey, bud. Under Joe Biden's presidency, the amount of money that was spent was $4.3 trillion. Under Donald Trump's presidency, the amount of money that was spent was $8.4 trillion.
No, Biden spent much
who
more
spent
than that.
more money?
You're wrong.
Oh,
Biden spent
really?
much more than that.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm wrong. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Erica.
We spend about $5 trillion a year. So how did Biden only spend $4 trillion total? That makes no sense, my friend.
Biden actually spent what Trump promised to spend on infrastructure but never delivered, and he promised the rest of the stimulus that Biden delivered but Trump didn't deliver. So you're complaining about spending that Trump promised to spend,
but he didn't do it.
You don't care about the wasted TCJA that added trillions for nothing during a good economy.
I mean, we're going to pivot now, or are we going to talk about Joe Biden's irreligious Democrat spending? Yeah, absolutely.
You want to
I care about
spending?
it.
You ignore the spending in 2020, and you definitely ignore the spending before the TCJA, or that caused from the TCJA. So the spending that was necessary that Biden and Trump did during the pandemic, sure, okay, great. that might have caused worldwide inflation.
No,
But
the
Trump
infrastructure
wouldn't have
bill had,
handled. Can I finish, please?
sure, but
Trump wouldn't have handled inflation better. It was worldwide. No world leaders blame Biden
yeah, he would.
specifically for causing inflation in their countries. Now,
Well,
it was
inflation is
lower
based
in
off of your
March
own
than it is
currency
now. Why is it lower? Why is it higher now than it was in March?
because it was a small blip down and then it went back to where it was before. I mean, what was inflation in September of 2024?
Actually, Biden got it back down to the 3% range for most of the last year and a half he was in office.
Okay, right. So it comes back down,
Right?
and then it
So
blipped
Trump
down
inherited
shortly,
another
and
good
then it
economy.
blipped back
Did you
up.
know that the Wall
Yeah,
Street
I don't
Journal
think he.
put out an
So the
Did you
economy
know the
was
Wall Street? Can I make a
all right.
point? The
Well,
Wall Street Journal in October of 2024 said the next president was going to inherit a good economy, whether it was going to be Kamala or Trump. Now,
right,
Trump's policies weren't supported by economists because they supported her policies.
because they're
Tariffs
Democrats.
are right. All economists are maybe
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
intelligent ones.
Yeah, they're just in tech.
Yeah.
They just sit in
So,
universities and
did
pretty much don't do
do
anything.
you really want to talk about why Trump was celebrating the economy before he signed the TCJA?
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Because it was Obama's achievement and he was trying to
Oh,
take credit for it.
oh,
But it was
okay.
already 4%, and there was no reason to cut billionaire taxes, and it didn't trickle down. He only added more deficit, not more jobs or higher
Mm.
GDP. Biden actually had the longest stretch of below 4% unemployment and had lower unemployment than Trump ever hit at 3.4 and had much higher GDP. So I don't know what you're
3.4 is
so
actually detrimental to our economy. It's almost too low.
so 3.5 was fine and
No.
celebratory for Trump.
Well,
3.4 is detrimental.
I
Isn't
guess it
that
should be around
convenient?
4%, actually. Once it goes below that,
And it
it's
was below
actually
4%
pretty
for
hard on the
that's where
economy.
Trump was when he signed the TCJA at
Okay.
4%. Why was it necessary to sign the TCJA?
I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly. So Trump failed to deliver in his only policy for billionaire tax cuts both
We
times
weren't
now, and
talking
he's
about
hurt
the
the economy
TCGA.
twice. TCJA was
TCJA.
unnecessary.
Well,
The
well, I
Tax
also
Cuts and
That's
think
Jobs
literally what he
Act
said.
was
what I think
unnecessary
was
and wasted
unnecessary
trillions.
was ARPA, and the infrastructure bill was
And,
completely
well, hang
unnecessary,
on.
Well,
So
that's
so
your opinion.
Trusty,
especially
so
in
I'd
my
like
local
to
community.
so Trusty, I've got a source here for you. So I'd like to know where's your source that would prove wrong that Biden spent $4.3 trillion versus Donald Trump spending $8.4 billion. Where's your source that would prove wrong the net 10-year spending from either candidate? Where's your source that would prove this wrong?
Okay, we spend about $4 to $5 trillion a year as a country. A
No,
year.
I asked where's your source. I asked where's your source that would prove this wrong. What's your
He
source?
does not have a source. His source is Trust Me, Bro.
Okay,
Also,
cool. So
I went back on YouTube. I can't wait to play it.
yeah. Anyways, so Trustee, so since you can't prove it wrong, you would actually have to accept the fact that Donald Trump, even if you
I don't
take
know what
out,
I'm proving
even if you
wrong.
take out
You're not being very
C-19
specific.
spending, because you said that Donald Trump spent less money than Joe Biden did.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you literally did, dude.
No, I literally
Oh my
didn't.
gosh, there's another thing that I have to darn go on.
Dude,
I
okay,
said.
so you
Proof.
agree? Okay, so
Can I
you
clarify?
agree that Donald Trump? You
Or
agree
are you
that
just
Donald
going to
Trump
talk over
spent
me as
far more
usual?
money? No. I just want to clarify something.
Mhm.
You said that the reason that inflation happened was
Yeah.
because Joe Biden spent a bunch of money unnecessarily, and then I pointed out to you
No,
that Donald Trump
that's not what
spent twice as much money as Joe Biden did. So therefore, Donald Trump would be far more responsible for the inflation that happened than Joe Biden would be,
No,
right? So Donald Trump is actually
Trump's
responsible.
presidency was much different than Joe Biden's, except for the Democrat
Except for
C-19
the
at the
fact
end of
that,
it. All right. Is
except
there
for the
is
fact,
there a
all
reason
right,
why I
great.
can't
So
say more
except
than
for
two
the
lines?
fact, yes,
Is there a reason why I
because
can't
what
talk?
you're doing,
No,
yeah, because
there's
what
a
you're
reason why I
doing
can't
is,
talk.
yes, yeah, because what you're doing is you're
No.
spreading misinformation. And so
Oh,
this,
because you
so
say
half
so?
of the
You're the
money,
arbiter of truth? Democrats are all of a sudden the arbiters of truth? You guys lie more than
I'm not a
anything.
I'm not a I'm
No,
not
they
a
always
Demo-
say
so
that.
number one, I'm
Why do
not
you
a
guys always say you're
Democrat.
not a Democrat, but you supported Kamala? You're
Because
a
I
Democrat.
don't, because
Okay,
I don't.
well, you voted for
Number one,
Kamala
her
and
name
you're a
is so.
Democrat.
Number one, her name is Kamala, and number
It's
two,
former Vice
I
President
just because I
Harris
voted, just because I voted,
for the
just because
loser.
I voted for a Democrat, just because I voted for a Democrat because she happens to align closest with my political priorities,
Okay, so you're a
doesn't mean I
Democrat.
support. Anyways,
Okay, well,
just
you're going to
because I
lie about your
voted for a
political ideology.
Democrat.
That's fine.
Anyways,
I mean, you
would
must
you
be
like
really
to provide
embarrassed
a
to be a
source?
Democrat.
Would you like to provide a source that would refute this, or are you just going to have to concede that
No,
Donald Trump spent more money than Joe
you
Biden?
have an
I
opinion-based
would like a
discussion here.
concession that I would like a concession that Donald Trump spent twice as much money than Joe Biden. Just say it.
So what
Say
really
it.
hurt? What really
No, I
hurt
want a
the economy?
concession.
He won't
Oh,
say
No,
it.
he won't say it. I want
He
a
won't say it.
concession. I want a concession or a source that would prove this wrong. Say
When
it.
did
Say
was
Donald
that
Trump
all
spent
4
twice
years
as
of
much money.
Trump's? Was that all 4
Yes,
years
this
of
is 4
Trump's
years.
spending?
This is 4 years of
Oh,
Trump
okay.
versus 4 years of Biden.
And how much did Biden spend over 4
Yes.
years?
Oh my God.
4.3 trillion versus 8.4 trillion.
How is that possible when we spend $4 to $5 trillion a year as a government?
Holy shit, dude.
How is that
This
possible?
is their
How can-
policies.
Oh,
This is
policies.
the amount of money on what they passed and what they spend. You
What-
moron.
When does that start for Biden?
Do you,
Did that
Trustee, can I ask you a quick question?
Dude, this guy.
did
Holy
that
shit.
end? Did that end with
Trustee,
October 1st of
can I ask you a quick
2025, or
question?
is that all kind of negated as soon as
Oh
Trump
my
became
God.
president? Because what Democrats do here is they play with numbers. No, I'm going to explain now. You guys can talk over me all you
What's
want.
happening? Hold
Well,
on.
I don't ever
Hold
get like
on.
more than 2 sentences in here.
I want Steve to be able to respond to
Sure.
Matt after we do this. All right, I just wanted to play something for you.
So trust me, bro.
This is pretty basic.
Okay, chat, please drop trust me, bro.
We're gonna listen.
Just drop trust me, bro, in the
I can
chat.
see this is above your education.
You can say that all you want to because I literally provided you a source and you're
For
sitting
AI.
here trying to tell me and it's not working. All right? You're trying
Yeah,
to link
I
the
can
current
see that.
economic status on Joe
I think
Biden.
I went back
is
a
what
little
you're
bit too
trying to
far,
do.
but we got it. Just listen.
That's
Absolutely.
literally
He was
what
only
you're trying to do.
president,
You're
like a year
negating
ago.
the fact that Donald Trump throughout this year
Tap the
okay,
screen, y'all.
and we can look
All
at
right.
Bloomberg. We can look at. We can even look at. I think ITEP. We can look at so many different sources. All right, even his executive orders that he signed himself to see that in his tweets, his True Social posts.
It went back a little
all
bit
of
far,
these things
but
that
yeah,
Donald Trump has
wait.
done. All right, in regards to market volatility, implementing tariffs, then taking them off. Letting people know that
I
he
went
was
back
going
way
to
too
be
far.
removing
Yeah, you're
not
tariffs
gonna
so that
change
they
it,
could
though.
go in and
You're
buy.
gonna
You're gonna wait,
Like,
though. You're gonna wait.
all of these things
Oh, okay.
that Donald Trump is not transparent, but you don't get to pivot. All right, so
He's
all of
probably one
these
of the most
things that
transparent
Donald
presidents
Trump
we've
is
ever had.
actually doing, all right, I can link back to a source. Of course, my dear friend, you can. Get on up in here. And so I can link it back to sources, is the thing. All right. You're not able to do that. What you want is you want us, especially me, to believe that you're some sort of expert and you have all of the authority on this matter.
No,
And I'm not gonna
I
do
just
that.
gave you two things,
So if
inflation and
you
interest rates, and
can-
you
if- hold
disagree
on.
that is even a factor.
Try,
And that's kind
Steve,
of silly that you don't
Steve.
think that's a factor.
if you are
Steve.
able to link back your claim that our current economic status is because of the Biden administration, by all means, I'd be happy to say, you know what, you're right, if you can. But thus far, you had it.
Okay.
So I'm not
the
just going to
CB or
trust you, bro.
The BLS distributes. It's a government organization, or BLS distributes the inflation numbers. There's the CBO, one of those. Or the
It's the
inflation
BLS.
numbers.
It's the BLS.
Okay, so the BLS has the
Be more confident.
inflation numbers for your source there. The BLS would be a good source, and then the Federal Reserve as well. So these are two government organizations.
Worldwide, right?
Yeah. Well,
No,
inflation
inflation is
was
based
global.
off of your currency, but it's based off of your currency, and it's based off of democratic policies like the
Yeah,
ARPA funds and the
can I-
inflation
can I-
or
can
the
I- can I-
infrastructure bill.
Erica, can I? I'm
Matt
sorry.
first,
Can I?
then RC.
I just.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a quick question. So, hey, bud, I'm a
Did you
small
already
business
say
owner
it?
as well, with a large small business loan.
Did you guys hear him say it? Because I know I went to that part. Did you hear him say the variable rate, or did it skip over that part, or did he already say it? Fuego, hold on one moment, because I already went back. See here? Not yet. It's coming.
Why
Okay.
does every business have to have a variable rate loan? Because they don't. And so what you're saying is that you're making some assumption that every
No, he
business
said
that
it
has
to
a loan
me.
has a variable rate, and they would be affected by this. And when so yeah, and in fact, most businesses that have loans don't do variable rate loans for this very reason. In fact,
He was
most
wrong
businesses,
there.
most small businesses do small business
Hold on.
SBA loans.
My
and
bad.
SBA loans.
I'm fucking up because I skipped
Yeah,
over
he
it.
kind
One
of just
moment.
proved him wrong there because he said 65 to 70%
No.
have variable interest rate loans for a 7A SBA loan.
No, what I said was that specific
You
type of loan. What I said was that specific type of loan, just that one specific type, had a higher percentage. That won. What your claim was is that businesses, period, suffered because of the fact that inflation went up and therefore interest rates went up, and therefore all businesses suffered because of the fact that their loans went up, when in fact that's not true. I just simply pointed out to you the fact that there was one type of loan that has a higher percentage of variable rate, and even not all of them are variable rate. It's just simply a higher percentage. So you didn't prove anything. There's nothing wrong about what I said.
Well, even if you had a fixed rate loan, interest rates went up. I mean, it depends on when you took the loan out.
It was Trump's Fed chairman that raised rates to deal with inflation. And then Trump's chairman said that he would have lowered rates if not for the uncertainty created by Trump this year.
Oh, right. So he sounds like a real Trumpster there to you, doesn't he?
See, okay, so he can be appointed by Trump, but he just can't.
Trump made a lot of mistakes his first term. He was new into politics, and he hired some swamp monsters, and it's unfortunate.
He didn't deserve to get.
Remember when the Fed was saying? Remember when the Biden administration was saying that
everything he inherited.
Remember when the Biden administration was saying that inflation was going to be transitory?
You just talk and talk and talk.
No, it's just because you guys talk over me. Oh, I can talk and listen actually with headphones.
Let's have a one-on-one debate tomorrow.
Sure. I actually have wrestling practice.
You're going to have to answer my questions. You're going to actually.
I can answer any questions as long as you don't talk over me.
So bad. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, you guys always find out that's a losing battle when you try to do that.
I got to go, Erica. This guy is just come 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to just make you look.
1 o'clock, like in the day, like when people work.
1 o'clock Pacific, my lunchtime.
Oh, okay. All right. What's that?
Okay. See you
3 o'clock my time. All right.
You just talk and talk and talk, but be ready to answer questions.
I actually don't get to talk a whole lot.
I was trying to ask you specific questions you didn't want to answer.
Well, why don't you ask me a specific question and then allow me time to answer it?
I am like a dog with a bone. You don't understand.
I think it was before I came up, Erica. So
it was, right?
Yeah.
He literally said that they only offered the variable rate loans. I literally remember him saying that. Okay, I'm like, no.
So if I misspoke, I am sorry.
He's about rates, but he's ignoring that Trump's the reason the rates are higher than they would have been.
Yeah, he is. But
remember when Democrats said inflation was transitory? That was really funny because it wasn't transitory. Inflation is never transitory. It's always here to stay.
It's always 2 to 3 year transitory. You just don't understand.
They didn't say that at the time. They said it was going to be short-term transitory.
Bring a calculator and I'll.
What was that ugly-looking woman that said that with the gray hair? She kept saying that over and over. It was going to be transitory.
Okay, Shannon, thank you. Thank you, RC. Absolutely adore you. Drop some hearts in the chat for RC. Then it was before I boarded up the website. Okay, thank you. All right, I know you said it. Hi, Deborah. Are you a Trump supporter? Deborah is not there. Okay, bye, Deborah. Okay, go ahead. You got it, Trustee or whoever was talking. I'm gonna find it.
Listen, when you say that inflation isn't transitory, did inflation go back down after supply chains normalized? Yes or no?
But the prices are always here. Inflation actually never goes away.
No, you didn't answer. You didn't answer the question. God. You didn't answer my question. I asked you a question and you didn't answer the question. I asked a question. Answer the question. Did inflation go back down after supply chains normalized? Yes or no? Just say yes or no.
No.
Okay, so inflation didn't go back down.
No,
Prove it.
It continued to increase after supply chains normalized.
Really? Okay, so when did supply chains normalize?
I don't know, about 21-ish.
You're sure about that?
No, it depends on what kind of supply chain you're talking about.
Exactly. So how would you say about 21-ish? Number one,
that's when most supply chains normalized.
2021 is an entire year.
Sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So great. So let's say that they normalized at some point in 2022. Yeah. What is economic time lag? What's economic time lag?
You define it for yourself.
No, you define it. Define it because you're Mr. Economics.
You define it.
No, I want you. No, I asked you the question. Define it. And just if you don't know, just say I don't know.
Oh, I'm just not your little definition puppy dog.
You definitely are my little bitch boy. Define it.
Absolutely not.
Define it. Okay, so you don't just say I don't know what it is. So you're too dumb to have this conversation.
Well, I do know. I'm just not your puppy dog, like I said.
Okay, so you don't know. Just say you don't know. Just say you don't know. It's okay, bud. It's okay.
Oh, she found it.
I did. I found it.
Oh
finally.
My gosh.
I'm so happy for myself right now.
Good job.
Okay, because I was like, what did I was like, gosh. I know you said it. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Okay. All right, here we go.
Variable rate that is set by the Fed.
So trust me, bro.
This is pretty basic.
Okay, chat, please drop trust me, bro. Just drop trust me, bro, in the chat.
I can see this is above your education.
You can say that all you want to.
Here we go. Because you said the variable. What? I'm at 29. Let me go back a few seconds. Guys, I'm new to this. Bear with me for just a second. I'm going back. Am I going back? Okay, I'm going back.
Sorry, because I can't hear you when I'm talking, so don't do that. Now, what you're doing is you're saying, well, the interest rates went up. Look at the Fed.
I'm so like,
okay, I can look at the Fed
determined.
and I can see that the interest rates went up, but all right, how is that substantiating your claim? That's what I don't think that you're understanding.
Because small businesses and commercial businesses take out loans from banks, and then they go off of a variable interest rate that is set by the Fed.
Boom.
So trust me, bro.
This is pretty basic.
Did you guys hear that?
Trust me, bro.
I heard it.
Okay, thank you.
Where did I say
That's
all
all.
loans? Where did I say
like
all
you
loans?
literally said it goes off a variable, and that's why
Yes.
Matt requested up, because you were stating it as an absolute, as a final. You were stating that they only go by variable interest rates. That's what you
Yes.
were implying. Now, again, you already said if you misspoke, then you misspoke. Okay,
Sure,
you
but I
misspoke.
don't think I did after
but they
rehearing it.
do. The 7A loans can be a variable rate, or it can be a fixed interest
Sure,
rate.
and not every commercial loan is a 7A,
Okay.
but it bases itself off of current interest rates.
But then you had mentioned earlier when you and Matt were talking that you were in fact talking about a 7A loan.
In
That's
my
why I
personal
just
experience,
mentioned the 7A loan.
Right, in my personal
Okay,
experience,
so
it
what
is the
is what are
case.
you trying to argue right here? Anywho,
that raising
all right, you
interest
know
rates
darn
is
gone well that it
detrimental
was
on our economy?
what policy. Okay, so what
Holy
did
cow.
Biden do specifically in order to cause inflation rates to go up?
The ARPA funds, which were extremely detrimental to the inflation rate, and then the Infrastructure Act or bill or whatever it was, which was about $3.1 extra trillion that we did not need at the time because we were fighting all these other things. We were fighting C-19, and then these little dream bills of the Democrats got passed, and here we are with higher inflation rates because of it.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. The infrastructure bill you're saying is what caused the inflation rate to go up?
One of the reasons, yes. So when you
Not
dump
quantitative easing.
a bunch
that,
of
not
when you
supply
dump a bunch of
chain.
new spending,
Okay.
new money into the economy, you deflate your
Maybe
currency.
quantitative easing. But that's what the quantitative easing is.
It didn't
Am I
ease
wrong?
anything. It didn't ease anything. It increased inflation rates.
But that's what you do when you do quantitative easing, though. All right, is when the Fed buys up a bunch of government assets in order to do an influx of cash into the economy so that we can then spend more money.
Yeah,
Is
which
that
devalues
that's
our
what they
currency.
did?
Sure, which devalues our currency and causes inflation.
Okay. But no, what you're saying is that the Infrastructure Act was the reason for it.
One of the reasons,
Like, where do you
and the
get that
ARPA
from?
funds and the American Rescue Plan was extremely detrimental to our economy. We did not need it.
Was the COVID Relief Act a part of that also?
Which one? Trump's?
The COVID Relief Act? Like only one person signed a COVID Relief Act.
So the PPP
and
loans
that was
were,
Trump.
yeah, and that did cause some inflation. I'm not going to deny that. But the PPP loans were extremely beneficial to businesses because Democrat governors were shutting down businesses all across the country.
What percentage of PPP loans were forgiven?
Almost all of them. That was the whole point of it.
So you don't think that those billions of dollars, all right, like hundreds of billions of dollars that were just injected into the economy didn't cause any type of like inflation?
It did.
Like not cause any type. You don't think that
I don't think you're
contributed
listening. Yes, I
as
did.
much as
do.
ARPA did, even though
Correct.
ARPA was less expensive on paper over the 10-year period, because Matt already showed us that. Then the COVID Relief Act,
Well, most of the
and Donald
funds are
Trump also did
10
the
years is
printing of
right.
the money. I'm
So-
so sorry. You don't
right.
have to talk when I'm talking.
I got you.
Thank you. Shh.
But you guys get to talk.
We
when
know
I'm
that
talking
you're
now.
listening. Shh.
Right.
Shushies. We know
got
you're
you.
listening.
Mhm.
Okay? Because you're going to be able to respond. But you don't have to keep doing that. Yeah, I got you.
Can you
don't
go
have to do
forward?
that, Steve.
Can you please go
Shushy.
forward?
I'm going to do this. I'm going to mute you while I'm talking.
Of course you are.
Okay? Thank you. Now, with that being said, as I was saying, I was on a fucking roll too. All right. Trump COVID relief fund, COVID relief act costs more money than Biden's American Rescue Plan. All right. And Trump injected more money into the economy than Donald Trump did. Than Biden did. So why is it that you're trying to put this blame all on Biden? That's the first question. The second would be, what evidence do you have from a verified source? Because I just want you to be able to stand on something and substantiate your claim and not make it be, trust me, bro. Okay? Show us something or give me the site and I'll be happy to pull it up for you. And don't you dare say the Fed, okay? Because that's not the source. That's just going to tell us that the interest rates went up, okay? Give us a source, all right, that can link the infrastructure bill to the inflation, okay? Can you do that, please?
Look, whoops. Sure, I guess I can look
Erica?
up. Oh, I guess I don't get to talk.
Well, while Trustee is looking that up, because I have to go because I've got to get on. But can I just show one thing real quick, and then I'm going to get. By the way, this is from the Federal Reserve. Just FYI,
his favorite website.
I know, right? And you'll see that this is Global Supply Chain Pressure Index, and it's cross-referenced to inflation. And this is wild. How this matches up exactly to what I was saying, where you see the Global Supply Chain Index when you have problems and it spikes. What happens to oh wow.
So why didn't prices come down?
So it's almost like those two things are directly correlated, and the fucking Federal Reserve actually said that this was a thing. That's so crazy that they actually put out an entire chart that puts those two things correlated together so that you can see PCE headline inflation versus global supply chain pressure index. Anyways, I don't know.
Crazy.
Just crazy shit. Like, I don't know. But what does the Federal Reserve know about this shit, right? I don't know.
Well, clearly nothing, because they
That
caused
was
massive
his source,
interest
too.
rates.
So
Anyways,
your source just proved you wrong.
I got to run, Erica.
No,
I love
Thank
you,
you
friend.
so much. Of
Not
course,
at
guys,
all.
make sure you're following Matt. He's fucking awesome.
All
Thank
right,
you, Matt.
bye-bye.
Have a great night, love.
Right. Just because you talk like a dick doesn't make you right.
Then, hey, don't talk about yourself that way. Don't do
Okay.
that. Let me do something really quick here. Hey, shout out to Phil for the $1. Phil said the infrastructure bill wasn't passed until November 21st. I'm going to go ahead and put you. There you go. Thank you. All right. The infrastructure bill wasn't passed until November 2021. Sorry. Okay. I heard a baby, so I wanted to make sure that he was muted. Okay. Thank you so much, Phil. He's going to have to explain that one. All right. Also, shout out to Manda. Thank you, Manda, for the $5. Manda said, hey, Steve is actually in Tank, or Steve from Wisconsin. Ask him why he said on social media that the police were practicing to pew pew at BLM protesters. What's that about? What's that about, Steve?
I never said that.
All right. Think about it. Think about it. And I am going to read off a few more here. All right. Also, shout out to Jocelyn. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for the $1. All right. Jocelyn said, oh, it's no wonder bro voted 5 times for Trump. My Lord. Yeah. He counts the primaries. He's really happy about the primary vote, guys. So that's what that is. Also, over on the tube, shout out to my friend Sean. Sean sent the $5 super chat and said, this is from earlier. Dad used to say, you can't polish a turd. This guy actively polishing away. This voluntary insanity is mentally exhausting. Thank you for doing this. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. All right. And also drop some hearts in the chat for Feisty for sending out 10 memberships, 10 Everything with Erica memberships over there on the tube. If you got a membership from Feisty, make sure that you say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Drop some hearts to everyone who donated. And if you'd like to support the live, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, the best way to support the live is via a super chat. And remember, guys, you do it because you want to, not because you have to. And everything is definitely appreciated and accepted. Thank you all so very much. Y'all are fucking awesome. All right. With that being said, Steve, what you say about BLM and the police? What was that about?
I didn't say anything about BLM.
You didn't? I was sent a news article about it from Milwaukee.
There you go.
Yeah, I won't say your name because that's not right. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, it says people are calling for the resignation of a trustee for comments he made on the Book of Face. The trustee insists at least one of his comments was deliberately taken out of context.
Go upstairs, please, now.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see what it is that you said. I gotta put on my glasses.
Police firing range practicing for Saturday.
All right, you said
police firing range practicing for Saturday.
I thought you said you didn't say anything. I thought you said it wasn't you. I'm confused. Is it you or no?
I didn't say anything about BLM. You gotta put your Democrat headphones on.
The post, it said wanted to have a rally in the middle school parking lot. Would the school district cooperate as nicely as they are with this BLM rally? Makes you think, huh? You replied, not a chance. The department, because I'm not going to dox you, the department is run by radical communists. You said that. All right. And then on another post, you said, I live on such and such road, and I heard gunshots.
I didn't say that.
Typo.
That was not what I said.
All right. Then you replied.
There you go.
Hold on one moment. Calm down. Then you replied, police firing range, practicing for Saturday.
There you go.
How was that taken out of context?
Because they related.
What context are we missing?
They related that to a minor BLM education session, which I wasn't talking about at all. Because when I made that comment, that thing wasn't even in existence at all. And it was taken completely out of context.
So as a trustee in this
Democrats
town,
are evil.
you didn't know, as a trustee in this town, you didn't know that there was a BLM protest that was scheduled on the school property that weekend, that Saturday? You didn't know that?
No, it wasn't scheduled yet. It was scheduled a week later after my comment was made. My comment was held and repackaged for 2 weeks. I said it 2 weeks prior to that. That thing wasn't even in existence.
That's not what this article says.
Of course it's not, because it's Democrat propaganda media.
It's from Fox News, though. It's
from Fox 6, our
News.
Yeah, okay. And
your local news station.
Sure,
what reason would they have to lie on you?
Because they are pro-BLM.
They're pro-BLM?
Yeah, they're Democrats.
How do you know that? Where does it say that on their website?
I've been dealing with the media for quite a long time.
But I'm so confused.
They're not going to put that on their. Well, I mean, every article is pro BLM. They've never criticized BLM once.
This is very confusing.
I'm sure.
So, are you against BLM?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a bunch of assholes.
They're a bunch of assholes. Are you against the Proud Boys?
Yeah, I guess so. They cause problems too.
You guess so. So you know.
I don't really know much about the Proud Boys.
That you're against BLM.
Well, the Proud Boys never caused me any problems.
You're not sure you're against the Proud Boys.
I don't have any personal experience with the Proud Boys. I have a lot of personal experience with BLM, and it's made up of a bunch of white liberal females, and they're a bunch of assholes and liars and evil.
Ooh, so you hate women?
No, I hate liberal white women.
You are not okay.
I am very much okay.
You're not well. You're not well.
Well, yeah, I'm very, I'm straightforward, as they call it. I'm very transparent. Well, I'm transparent.
Kind of like a piece of poop, though.
Or just transparent.
It's even very poopy. Yeah. It's like, you're not sure if you know for a fact that you're against BLM, but you're not sure if you're against the people who stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, I'm against
January 6th. Oh, I gotta remove you. That sucks. Now my live has a visibility warning for 10 minutes because you all reported. Okay? I don't know if you're new here or not, but don't report, guys. Please, please, please don't report, because you reporting doesn't hurt them. It hurts me. Okay? Let's not do that. All right? No reporting is needed. I know how to handle myself. I'm perfectly fine. All right? You want to get someone up out the paint? Send me $100. All right? Other than that, don't report. That's all I got. Don't report. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Hector, how are you?
I just came up here to show him something before I get back to my deep clean. But yeah, don't report, y'all. Don't report, and then I'll do a PSA because y'all are not doing enough here. So this is a common argument with Republicans that are made in regards to inflation gearing up, right? So I just want to show you guys something here, and this is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. The first act that he referenced was the Infrastructure Act, which was passed in November of 2021. So let's start right here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. So in November, the inflation rate was 6.8%. We can go to December, 7, January, 7.5, February 7.9, March 8.9, April 8.3, May 8.6, 9.1, peak in June.
That's pretty bad for Biden
in June
and Democrats,
2022, 9.1.
Yeah.
So the best argument that they would have would be between the Infrastructure Act, and that's what queued it up, considering all the things that also took place within this time frame, and that we were still dealing with several other things in regards to the pandemic. You would still have to prove that point. And then we can fast forward down to August 2022, and this is when the Inflation Reduction Act was passed. And it's currently at 8.3.
Yeah.
And then every single month after that, it went down.
Mind you, we would still have except for those little blips.
We would still have the funding and everything taking place from the other bills that took place.
There was no other
But
bills.
despite all that, it did well. So even if you were to say that one act
8% is not well.
Inflation, Democrats did an astounding job at bringing it all the way back down to normal levels. So do better.
So,
people are
and we
so
also
brainwashed.
can point to, because I'm going to give you guys a source. Guys, I'm going to give you a source. We can also point to the Joint Economic Committee, all right, which is a .gov, because we know that they love those, all right, that actually says that the, hold on one moment, there I go. All right, that says that the Infrastructure Act would have had a modest short-term impact on inflation, but in the long run, all right, so after basically a few months of its implementation, you would see an increase, but then in the long run, okay, you would start to see a decrease and would bring it down and would reduce it. So there's that. But
it's always here to stay,
they don't believe in
guys.
sources, guys, because everything that they believe is
You
inference.
do understand that those
so they're
prices are here to
inferring this
stay
information, and yeah. So there's that. All right. So let me see here. Okay, guys. So let's make sure we are tapping the screen. We are sharing the live. Okay. And don't report. No reporting. Okay. No reporting. Thank you very, very much.
Maybe you shouldn't harass people. Like private
Trustee,
citizens.
you don't get to come back here. You got violated. If I bring you back, you could take my live down. No, thank you.
I got violated for you harassing me?
Bureau of Labor Statistics was the source. This is literally BLS.gov.
Yeah, it's the only people that report
Also, guys,
inflation
there's 719 people in here.